taking no pit stop. When I'm in the place, gonna rave to the max. So the second that I leave, I ain't stopping at the gift shop. Turn up, lift up, full speed, we ain't taking no pit stop. When I'm in the place, gonna rave to the max. So the second that I leave, I ain't stopping at the gift shop. Bass in the beat got me going insane. Man, I got the party going off the chain. It's been a long week, so I ain't gonna sleep. Put my hands in the air, I'm letting go of the pain. On the grind, man, I never been a watcher. Too sick, but I don't wanna duck down. Track got me spinning out like a helicopter. 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 Turn up, lift up, full speed, we ain't taking no pit stop. When I'm in the place, gonna rave to the max. So the second that I leave, I ain't stopping at the gift shop. Turn up, lift up, full speed, we ain't taking no pit stop. When I'm in the place, gonna rave to the max. So the second that I leave, I ain't stopping at the gift shop. Turn up, lift up, full speed, we ain't taking no pit stop. When I'm in the place, gonna rave to the max. So the second that I leave, I ain't stopping at the gift shop. Turn up, lift up, full speed, we ain't taking no pit stop. When I'm in the place, gonna rave to the max. So the second that I leave, I ain't stopping at the gift shop. Got me going insane, going off the chain. It's been a long week, so I ain't gonna sleep. Put my hands in the air, I'm letting go of the pain. On the grind, man, I've never been a watcher. Too sick, but I don't wanna duck down. Track got me spinning out like a helicopter. Track got me spinning out like a helicopter. Track got me spinning out like a helicopter. Track got me spinning out like a helicopter.
Welcome back to round number 5, Watkins Glen of the SSRL GT4 American Series. My co-host alongside me here, Mr. Charles Randall. How are you, buddy?
Hey, bud, good. And you? How's this week been, Jay?
It's been alright, but been a hectic one last week. Obviously, we had some technical difficulties. That's why we didn't have a live stream up. But looking forward to tonight's race.
Yeah, no, definitely. Championships are up in the running. We're getting to a close. Next week is a very, very special event, Circus de Americas, which is going to be an interesting one with a mandatory pit stop for the first time. And if we look at the guys on track, at least in their practice sessions, we still got Josie and Nel that was leading this week in the practices, and times are flying in quite fast. And yeah, these guys has got a score to settle with each other.
Yeah, look, the guys have put some time in here again this week. We've got Ghost currently with the best lap on 154 so far on this week's practice server. With close on his heels there is Dylan Versage and Adrian Nel with the 155, and Dylan Hall and Blake Kruger. So, you know, we've got 4 drivers here in the 155s. I think it's going to be a very close battle in the front pack.
Yeah, no, it's going to make for an interesting one. We'll see how it ends up. I mean, the guys definitely fight hard, and like we say, you still got the odds and ends available. I'm trying to see if we can quickly see a little bit of a driver. There we go now. If you have a look at the screens, championship standings after round 4 that we had, we've got Josie leading at 237 points, Adrian now right on his tail at 224, and we saw Adrian, I mean, this guy's like flipping Usain Bolt out of the out of the starts. I mean, that McLaren of his just pulls out of the start line as we look at him right there. Then we've got Blake Kruger, who's still fighting there in Sukumbisa team. Then we've got Dylan Versage and Getty Racing. Brilliant to see him also competing, and I mean, he's been doing flipping well in that Janetta. No, he was in the Supra, apologies. So yeah, he handles that car quite well. Chris Landroff is in 5th position, Clitbus in 6th, Wayne Lockham in 8th. I mean, Wayne, Jay, we saw him a couple of times was battling with the handling of that Porsche. He really battles.
Yeah, look, it wasn't going all too good for him. I mean, I think the very first race he got a fixed setup and then he forgot to load it when the race started. So his car was completely not set up for the race. The second one, he wasn't feeling it either. And then unfortunately, his graphics got packed up last week. So, which made him lose out on the race of last week and then obviously this week. But he will be back, I'm sure, pretty sure for the finals next week, as his new car is arriving, I think, under correction, either tomorrow or Friday. So I'm sure he'll be back up. But yeah, other than that, Charles, it's the guys are putting some effort. Unfortunately, we're a small pack again tonight, but it is what it is. There's a lot happening around SA when it comes to sim racing at the moment, so the guys are pretty tied up everywhere. But I think it's going to be interesting racing.
Yeah, no, it is. And
Charles, I'm just quickly going to jump out 2 seconds. I'll be back with you.
We'll see now. Also making his first online debut with us, but his second race is Rob van der Eever, also in the Tau Racing McLaren year that he's bringing it back in. So he's going to try his luck and attack these guys. I mean, last week we saw him in a hell of a nice battle for most of the race, and a guy also that came through the ranks quite well. I mean, he only recently started racing. I think it was around about March or April this year, and he's competing in various leagues within South Africa and also on the open wheeler GP cars. So yeah, Rob is there as well. And I see server disconnected, so we definitely have a small technical area on the server. I think we're just resetting it until everybody can load back in. So while we're there, let's have a look at the drivers and also our league for this year.
Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. Every time the sun goes down, I let you take control. I can feel the paradise before my world implodes. And tonight had something wonderful. Bad habits lead to late nights and alone. Conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use, or do my bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space? And I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, my bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. I got nothing left to lose or use, or do my bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. Every pure intention ends when the good times start. Falling over everything to reach the first time spot. Started on a neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know how to go too far. My bad habits lead to late nights and then alone. Conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use, or do my bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you.
Great to see all the sponsors, Tau Energy Drink and GT Tech Security Solutions, and obviously one of our big drivers in sim racing, Donnie van Rooyen from Maximum Effort. But awesome to see all the nice liveries that the guys put a lot of effort in the beginning of the series, Charles. I mean, one of that stands out a lot is the Tau Energy ones. I mean, the detail that went into that is amazing.
Yeah, the guys definitely spent some time, Jason. I mean, if you look at it in Getty as well, I mean, the skin is just remarkable. I mean, it's
very busy, and to put everything in place like that, well done to Dylan.
It will also be nice to actually have a team of cars like this racing in the future, you know, so it's nice to see them. And then, yeah, lucky to see Stefan's back also here in the action. Him also on track in that R8, and then Rob in the McLaren bringing it back as well. So it's making for interesting racing. And I mean, Watkins Glen is not one of the easiest tracks. We saw that as well. We were talking about it a little bit earlier. And Watkins Glen is basically location in New York. In Watkins Glen, you can seat 40,000 people in the FIA grade of number 2. So this is definitely a fast circuit. And yeah, a lot of NASCAR that gets run on this track is known for that.
Yeah, sure. I think we spoke earlier, and you said you actually saw that NASCAR owns the track,
yeah,
the brand itself, NASCAR. Yeah, so that's awesome to know. But yeah, definitely, oopsie, and there someone lost it now.
Another interesting thing is the Watkins Glen street course, the older one, which was also an interesting one because it's a semi-race on the streets, a semi-race on the track. So that will be also a nice one to actually try and find, and then, you know, if we can, you know, just as a fun server, do that as well.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, we can just, I mean, we'll ask Uncle Google.
Yeah, I just want to quickly load up my live timings here so we can have a look and see who's now on the purple sectors. But currently now in first position for the guys at home, it will come up as the guys cross the lines. Now we are 10 minutes or about 3 minutes into quali. We've got Blake Creer now at 2 minutes and 1 second. He's there, and then Rob is sitting at 2:23. But I mean, it's outlap, so
yeah, these are all the outlaps.
Go through now, but yeah. I think if I have to call it here, Josie is on a good run, and then yeah, I think Dylan Hall, he's also definitely one of the faster guys on this sector. Well,
yeah, look, we saw 154s and 155s, so we've got lots of time to be made up here, Charles. So I'm sure that they'll get back to those times. I mean, Josie, he hasn't put in as much effort, or not effort, but much practice as he normally does for the GT4s. I mean, I know he's been busy a lot with other things this week, but I mean, he was the fastest on the server so far. But don't forget our Blake Kruger. I mean, Kruger maneuver. That ook puts in the time too, and I know that he practiced GT4s. I think it was Tuesday or Monday night. Until what time of the night? So it's going to be a good one to see him in the podium positions tonight.
There's a couple of guys, whenever you join, if you just quickly go into a server, you'll always see them online, and that's one of them, is Blakey now. And talking about Blake, was just having a look at him. He had a fastest first sector, but that got kicked off, and he's currently fastest third sector, and he brought in that 154.7. is not on pace yet. I think it will definitely get faster as we rubber in the track a little bit. But then Adrian jumps to the second position at 155.6 currently, and then Goos, as we talked about him, he right to the top, 154.7. So he's already cut off about a second, exactly a second of Blake Creer, as we were talking about that. So Josie is flying at this moment as well. And then we can see Dylan Hall is now completing his third sector. So let's see what times Dylan can actually set up as he's crossing this final, or he's into the final straight, if I'm not mistaken now.
Yeah, look, these Janettas have been nemesis from the word go. You know, they might not be fast on down the straights or from a pull-off at the start of a race, as we saw with the McLarens, but cornering, and I think that's a lot of guys. I mean, we heard them speak earlier in the Discord lobby where they were saying, damn, they wish they took the Janetta because it's such a stable car. And Charles, we talk about this all the time in each race. But it's proven. I mean, if you look at Chris Radoff, unfortunately, he's not there for the Sarko team. For the last 2 races, I mean, he's been giving that Janetta horns, and he wins by a couple of seconds. You know, once he's out there, you can't catch him. And we saw, I think, our first race, Charles, where where Adrianel actually was in front with what? I think 3 or 4 seconds, and Chris Radloff and Rowan Gous actually in those seconds and overtook and passed him and actually won the race with the Janetta.
That's it. And I mean, the Janetta is a nice car. I mean, I like this car. I drove it for, I think we had about a 2-hour spa about a couple of months ago. And it's you know, they say a car handles like it's on rails, and the McLaren is one of them. But the Janetta is just such a easy drive. You don't have to push it hard. It's just you can't in fact push it hard, because when you push it hard, it just doesn't want to play with you. So the Netta is such a nice car. But let's just quickly have a look now. Blake is on the flyer at this moment. He's already started setting the fastest first sector. He's got a bit of a traffic, but it's good traffic because he's got Adrian now, Namibia's favorite son, in front of him. So Adrian's definitely going to give him a little bit of a tow as they go through turn 7 here, and halfway through, well, almost coming to the back straight now. You can see Blake is now setting. Oh, he caught Adrian, but it's actually got into
Made a mistake,
red. Yeah, that's a red second sector for Blake. So he really dropped him off there. But he was on a flyer. He was really on a good flyer.
Yeah, he probably just was braking too late, trying to catch up to Adrian for the slipstream and cost him a bit in the cornering speed. Oh, there, Adrian gave him the space now. Yeah. He obviously saw that Blake was on a out or a quali lap.
Well, Adrian's also out on a flyer, and he also pulled off. So I think he's just battling with that car. And I think he's realized that, you know what, guys, he needs to do a little bit of a pit or some setting changes to his car, because remember, this is a open setup in the GT4s, and it's really such a nice car to drive. The GT4s are fun as hell. But there we go. Blake Creer couldn't do it. He did recover a little bit in the third sector, but he brings it back into an orange. But that was only a 159, so he really dropped bad. I mean, his base lap was 155, so he's about 4 seconds off his pace.
Yeah, and if you look at Blake's speed, I mean, the top speed is the fastest on track at the moment at 240 kilometers per hour. So he's got the speed. I think this track is suitable for the Porsche, because I know Blake was struggling with the other tracks we've had, and in terms of speed and cornering, and it seems like with him being a bit faster than the rest, maybe this track is suiting his Porsche, and he's probably set it up, you know, to talking about both of them gone off. That's Ron Kosa just missed him there.
just missed him. Yo.
Oh man, Blake Kruger maneuver, he'll put it back on track. You know, like I think about sim racing, Charles, you know, you can put it into the wall and just jump back to pits and back out again.
Jason, talking about that again, Blake had an accident, but he set a purple first sector. Again, he was on a flyer, and he just lost it there again for him. So I think if he can actually pull off a lap, he's very close to being on the top. He's going to
put himself on pole, yeah. He must just relax. But Charles, if you go back to these cars and our sponsors, I mean, Tau Energy has been with us. This is the second league now that they've been with us, and I mean, amazing guy to deal with and talk with. He loves his product. He loves his brand that he sells. I mean, you yourself use it when you play golf. I use it. It's an excellent energy drink. And the nice thing is that you can mix it yourself. So, you know, you can throw it in a bottle, shake it up, and there you go.
Our newest favorite on site is we chuck 2,000 a Powerade.
Oh wow! So triple energy.
But we tuck 2,000 in a Nachi Energite, and for some reason it just tastes really good. So we that's one of our favorites on site, and I think we drink maybe a tower a day, literally. So
jeez. Okay, well now you're doubling up, so that's why you're rattling lately.
But it's a good energy drink, and I mean, like we said before, it doesn't give you that instant spike. It's a slow release over a period of time, and that's what you normally need to get through the day as well.
No, definitely. And then we've got Ngeti Tech security solutions that can deal with all your cameras and security.
And then from obviously Bloemfontein, eh?
That's it, yeah, all the way from the States, the Free State. So yeah, then we've got Meneer Donnie van Rooyen from it's Joburg, eh?
Yeah, Pretoria, Maximum Effort.
Maximum Effort, does all the 4x4 accessories. I mean, he does amazing work. You guys must head over to Facebook, the viewers that are watching, and go and search for Maximum Effort. If you're into that type of thing, which is 4x4 accessories, ARB bumpers, rear bumpers, tow bars, winches, all those type of things, Donnie builds those bumpers from scratch. And I mean, he's just, I think a week ago, done a new Ford Ranger ARB bump in front. Sure, I'm not sure if you've seen it. Just that thing came out, man, amazing.
Yeah, he's
So we've got some good guys on board, and I mean, out of them, there's lots of them that do sim racing as well. So it's good to have these type of guys into this new developing sports, as I can call it that. Because I mean, it was okay, but after lockdown, man, did sim racing blow up.
yeah, and it's nice to see a esports sim racing grow, but it's bad to see it grow because you'll have 30 small servers, and
There's so much to do.
30 servers that's got 8 or 9 drivers on. You understand? So I mean, I saw the other night we joined the server and there was 2 guys racing. So I was like, we should have that odd once a year big event.
Big event, that's it.
And
Sorry, while you see that Ron Coates just broke into the purple sector in sector 2 and so he's on a flyer as well. Oh, he's in the pits. So he obviously got a good second sector and then must have crashed it.
I think Adrian is settling in that second. I mean, I think I honestly think Adrian's going to stay here because off the blocks he will can Josie in that Janetta.
Yeah, no, definitely. From the start, it almost looks like he pushes a push to pass from the start. But then the Janetta catches you on every single corner, and we've seen that over and over and over.
So, but Adrian, I think, is really hoping for that. It's only a small sprint to the first right-hander. Then you've got a flat-out right, left, right, and a more of a sprint to another SS. And I think that is where Adrian hopes to actually get a little bit of a lead over Goos as they go through there. Goos will catch him in the third sector, I think, no doubt, with all those sharp hip-and bends. But I think Adrian's got a game plan, and as we talk about Josie, he's already in the purples. He's sitting in pole position currently, and I think that's where he's gonna be as well. Oh, what's happening here? Error messages. Anyway, Rob now he's in 6th position. He's actually also on track. I'm just looking. He's on the back side of the track. 158 now, and he's also in the McLaren. And we were just talking about him and saying, he's a new driver. He only started sim racing around about April month, and came from a old really old PC we built up and bolted down to a desk, and then the next minute we had rigs and and computers, and now I can compete.
Yeah, sorry, Charles. I see the boys from Sarko are cheering on here for Dylan Hall, saying, let's go Dylan Hall, ZA Racing and Johan VDV, let's go Dylan, let's go. So it's a pity Mr. Flatout Chris Radloff is not here tonight. I mean, I think he's lying second. I wasn't checking the points just now, but I know he's won the last 2 races. I mean, he's been doing well with us. So I mean, the boys from Sarko, welcome. And you guys must sell those PS4s, boys. And you must come and join the PC community. You'll have so much more fun.
Yeah. Is the Seca out on PS? I know they're out on Xbox.
Yeah, no. Assetto Corsa, many years back when I started the sim racing, and that's when I met Dylan Hall. We were playing Project Cars, if I can remember. Then Assetto Corsa came out for PS4 then. Then I thought it was the worst game ever. And it's only been about 2 years ago that I jumped onto the PS version, the PC version, and wow, man, you can do so much more. Hey, yo. Blake blowing some hooters there for us.
Hooters as he coming down the straight, and he did it again now. He was on a purple first sector, he was on a flyover second sector, and he just had an impact with the environment that dropped him down in the third. So again he did the same thing. Dylan Hall had a really, really, really bad third sector. It's really pushed him really bad. I mean, he did a 218 from a 155.
So, he must have gone off track. Yeah,
big one for him. But yeah, quali is wrapped up, guys. We are in overtime now. We've got Ruan Goos in first position, Adrian Nall in second, Blake Rea in third, Dylan Hall in fourth. We've got Dylan Sagi in fifth, Rob van der Heever in sixth, and then Stefan's wrapping up the back in seventh. And it's nice to see Stefan's also out on track.
No, definitely. I know he's been very busy. And he's joined us, and I mean, look at his time. He's only what's that? 4 seconds off the 155s. I mean, for a guy that just switched his PC on tonight and jumped on maybe an hour before, well done. the commitment is good to see people join. Like I said before, there's so much happening in sim racing at the moment. I mean, every single night, from a Sunday to a Sunday, there's something happening every night.
And there's 3 servers at a time, and
that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, Shoal, and the very popular and famous Polo Cup hosted from SRC is going to get launched. I think on the 5th of September is the first race. So I think a lot of people, has committed to that. I myself have written our team in there. So it's going to be a good one as well. But, we have one more race left as a final. Then we're going to, work on something big. Like you said, it will be nice to have an endurance race, service swap, or driver swap, should I say.
Okay, good. Guys, now overtime is finished. We've got the final times coming in. Nobody is really doing anything better than what they are now. But we were talking about Donnie earlier. And have a look at what these guys get up in Pretoria.
Alright, and as we are getting ready for the start of the race, amazing work from Maximum Effort. I'm sure the guys that are viewing the channel now can agree. And Johan, VDB, just get my number from Dylan Hall and then send me a message and then we go. Oh, and the lights are off.
Yeah, lights are off now. The guys are pulling off. Just going to quickly jump to the pits, guys. If we don't, and then we'll jump right into action here again as the guys are coming down the main straight, hard on the braking. Look at Blake on the inside, trying to make a dump there. Josie is protecting him, just making his car very wide. But Dylan Versage is right on the heels there as Dylan Versage is actually going through, and Blake is almost touching there.
That's
brilliant racing. Ngeti versus Sukamisa. Who's going to have the honors tonight?
Yeah, that was tight, man. Come, guys, that's in the beginning. But, I mean, these guys are eager to go. And, I mean, look how they're catching the Janetta down the straight. I mean, what happened to Ghost there?
But
and again, look at Adrian now with that McLaren. He's just gunning it.
We said he's going. He knows he wants to be in second position.
That's going to be tight there. That's very tight right there. But boys are... Obviously, adrenaline's pumping. The start of the race, it's always hectic. Just to calm the nerves, get in the groove and get going. But, I mean, here we go. Obviously, Ruan Gous losing another position there to Dylan Versage. I'm sure Getty Tech Security must be cheering flat out for him to be in second at the moment. And with Blake at the back of Ruan Gous there.
Lekker racing at the back of the pack here with Stefans and Rob giving each other stick. They were swapping positions in the last two corners. Every one of them had the chance to lead a corner. And Adrian Nel and Gous now battling on the front. I actually see Josie and Dylan Versage are just overtaken by Gous as well. So Gous is in the Janetta. I mean, we see.
Look at
there we go. Josie got tapped slightly there. Dylan Versage is backing off slowly.
But he was backing off. Unfortunately, that happens. But watch the run goes nice. He will put it back in that position again.
It was so close.
And that allowed now for Dylan Hall to catch right up in the back of Blake's tailgate there. So he will be trying to get that Janetta in between that Porsche and that Supra at the moment. Let's see what he does. But Adrian Nel obviously flying out in the front, and he needs this because he knows if that Janetta starts warming up, it will come and hunt you down.
Well, Adrian Nel is so close on the points that he definitely needed. Look at Blake now flashing his light. And it's definitely not a Dylan to try and overtake Dylan, I can tell you that now. But he's got another Dylan in the back of him. So yeah, we've got Blake in a Dylan sandwich tonight.
Yeah, no, interesting to see. Like I said, Charles, just keep an eye out on the Janetta. I saw it now in the second half of the track. Janetta is so much faster to the corners, like we know. So, I mean, I'm sure Goshi will catch up. Let's have a look at this now.
Oh,
there we go.
Brilliant race here between Rob as well. Look at Rob and Stefans as they're going through this corner. Side by side action now. Rob, luckily Rob just pulls in behind him, catching that slipstream. This R8 is also quite a fast car. And then they're going to go hard on the braking, 260 k's an hour, hard on the braking into fourth gear. And there we go. You can actually see that R8 pull away from the McLaren. Rob slightly understeering there, I see on that car, just pushing that nose. But Goos right on the back of Rob. And
I
Rob
mean, half a lap down, Goos is right back in the mix again. I mean, look at that. And watch the section now with the Janetta. Charles, look how quick he's through the section.
Also great driving from Rob. I mean, Rob knows he's faster, but he just stayed a little bit wide and actually let Goos go through. So also kudos for that, eh?
Yeah, good sportsmanship. And obviously, Rob knows that he's not in the fighting for.
There was another
Ron
touch
Goos touching Stefan a bit there.
Yeah,
Stefan, get that R8 back on the track, but
come on, we need that back battle fight, Stefan. Get on
it's almost like he's got a box full of neutrals. He can't get reversed there.
Jumping to the front now, we can see the Janetta chasing down the Porsche. The Supra is slightly getting a bit of a gap now of about a second, about a second onto him. And then we're talking about that Blake just lost that car, almost into the wall, but luckily he could actually get that car under control then and regain that. I mean, that was so close.
Oh, that looks like Dylan Versaghi nearly losing it there. He touched the grass. I saw the rear end step, but okay, he's managed to keep that in control.
Got it. But that was, the guys are definitely battling. Tyres is not really on.
So look at this. You can see Ruan Goos in the back of the picture there. He's already caught up now to Blake.
Yeah, Blake had that little bit of a boo-boo there on the corner, and that's definitely made Goos catch up. We're going to have a battle on our hands very soon there. Adrian is slightly running away with it. He's in a 2-second lead. But I think this is the best position Dylan has been in for this year. And I know Dylan, he's going to push really hard to catch Adrian. But we've also know Adrian, he drives really well. But sometimes when he gets to the, how can I say it very politely? When Adrian wants to be in a battle, that's when he's good. When he gets too far ahead, he tends to lose it slightly, and the guys actually catch him from the back. It happened too often.
Yeah, so look, it is like a little, you can call it a little endurance race. It's 25 minutes. So, you got to keep that focus for 25 minutes. And one slip up, as we saw with Blake, can throw you out right to the back.
It also happened this year, I'm sorry, Jay, so many times that somebody like Ruan was 7 seconds ahead, but they actually calmed down so much and they just like, okay, I can just drive easy. And before they know it, number 2 and 3 position, because when they start chasing each other, their pace actually increases, and then they're right on these heels. And I mean, was it Wayne that actually lost a race like that? Because he was right on them and he made one mistake and he actually got kicked off on that race. So you got to. Yeah,
you need to stay consistent and focused, and that's what makes Chris Radloff a very good driver from Sarko. I mean, that guy is like Adrian, for example. You don't want him to get out in front and give you 2 or 3 seconds lead, because it's going to be difficult for you to catch him. And we've seen that during the season and with the Clears as well, the Clear Cup in the previous season. They're so consistent. It's hard to actually think that they're going to make a mistake to allow you to actually catch up to them.
Yeah, we've got
Stefans.
Yeah, we've got such a gap between the cars that even the helicopter view only gives you one car in a frame at the moment. But anyway, Circuit of America's next race up for the guys at home, we are doing Circuit de Americas, if I'm not mistaken, which is a long one with a mandatory pit stop, which none of these guys has done before. That brings a new league for itself. I mean, this is a whole new strategy. When are you pitting? What are you doing? How are you pitting? Do you just put fuel? It's going to be such a different game plan. It's not just a, let's just go out and do it.
Yeah, look, so we decided to make it an endurance race at the end with the mandatory pit stop. So, like you said now, it's you need to focus and think, right, when am I going to pit? When is the guy behind me going to pit? So all those things come into play, and it also allows, for example, what happened now, with maybe Stefan's that was a bit bumped with Gous, to allow him to actually catch up again,
But
so
now, talking about
anything
Gous,
can happen.
Look at Gous, he's right on the heels of Greer. Blake has to really get this Porsche going now, because this Janetta's catching him faster. Oh, look at Blake, he's flashing his lights again.
Yeah, it's almost like Blake has a second screen on with maybe watching what we're saying, or he's
Where do
hearing.
you find time for that, dude? You need to race. Gous is on your bumper. Look at Gous running wide now. He's really flat out through that corner into corner 9, and he's already caught 0.4 of a second onto Blake.
That is that Janetta's corner ability. I mean, I'll give it another 2 laps and then Gous will have him. Unless Blake says, you know what, I'm not going to battle with you now, come past. But I doubt it, because Blake also needs the points. And again, Charles, there's 3,000 rand up for grabs here, and Tau Energy sponsors and prizes.
Brilliant.
So I mean, to sit behind a computer screen, do what you enjoy once a week, sim racing.
Here we go, Gous, sorry,
Yes,
I thought he's going to pull a move there, but he might still. Blake
But
running
look, here we go, look at
slightly
that.
wide. Oh, and they're running
Well, that's
super
it.
wide on the outside of the track, but Gous has just done
checkmate.
that one. Well done for him. I mean, he's really done it. You can actually see Blake's view now. He's really chasing down hard. He shouldn't let this one go. He must stay on to Gous, because Gous will
Look
actually
at
get him
the
to
power of
Dylan
the
Hall.
Porsche. Look at this power.
Oh, and there we go. Oh, that was a tap off.
Why did he do that? Come on, Blakey boy. What are you doing, boy?
You know what? I think he knows Gous is in the leader currently in the points. And you don't. He needs to catch Adrian, because that's his battle. That's where Gous needs to battle tonight, is with Adrian.
That almost looks like a Lewis Hamilton and a Bottas call. That for these are 2 different teams anyway. Here, I'll have to speak to my driver afterwards. I'll have to review their contract, Charles.
Just give him team orders, Jason. Go fast.
Okay, here we go. Let's give him. Let's watch it, Charles.
Alrighty, now we can see Blake is also there. He's not catching Gous. Gous is already very, very close onto Dylan's back bumper. But this is going to be an interesting one.
You see, there's it. Team orders.
Now, look at this. Janetta versus Janetta. And we've got
this is gonna be
2
interesting.
brilliant drivers. We've got Gous versus Dylan. So this is going to make an interesting battle coming up now.
Yeah, I'm sure the soccer boys that's on the chat now thinking, come on, boy, bring it home, So this is SSRL versus soccer. Let's see, 2 of the same cars, obviously different setups. But Dylan Dylan's been doing sim racing since I can remember. We started back 2013 or whatever back then. So yeah.
Wide, eh? The guys are pushing it really, really, really hard on this track, running wide off track limits as well. But here we go. No, Gous is 0.5 seconds behind Dylan. He's actually crossing the line right behind. It was a faster lap time than Dylan, almost 2 seconds. So I think majority of that gains onto Dylan was actually Dylan losing on time on that track. And I wonder why, because he's actually really losing here to Gous. I mean, Gous is right on the back of Dylan now.
Yeah, I mean, look at Adrian now. He's really got 4
close
seconds
racing.
gap.
Look at this. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Dylan
this is
Hall
close.
needs to protect now. Gous is going to look for the inside as they go under the braking zone. And he's
It's
just staying.
unsafe
Here we
here.
go. Gous is going on the inside. Let's see what it does. Dylan making it really tight. Gous can't get past yet. And Dylan is really protecting. I mean, I haven't seen a wider Janetta for a really long time.
Yeah, it's good to see 2 of the same cars battling, because now, they both corner ability is great. Top speed not so good, but I mean, both drivers are also excellent. So Gous is really going to have to put a lot of pressure onto Dylan now to try and force a mistake and outbrake him and take him.
Like we say, this could be a driver thing, or it could be that small little point of a setup tweak that somebody's got something different.
Yeah, you know, Charles, and with them doing this, it's going to allow Blake also to catch up. And we saw that the Porsche has got a lot of top end. So come, Blakey boy, let's get there.
Yeah, he's not out of it actually now. Talking about the tops now, I'm just looking at the times. Adrian Nel, as we keep an eye on this battle that's forming up, but Adrian Nel is regaining the 4-second lead. He's not really increasing, he's not decreasing from Dylan. So he's sitting.
Oh, there goes the
look
move
at
now.
that. I think Dylan ran very wide there actually.
Maybe they give him that position.
There, so unfortunate for him. But Ghost is through there. He's out. Blakey is almost taking a turn in the next state.
Yeah, I saw him actually take that line in quali as well. So you can see the tar is actually black there too. So I'm sure that's part of a line that you could use. But Dylan Hall's going to come under fire now with Blake catching up quite quickly.
Yeah, and then we've got another battle coming up very quickly.
Oh, that's very
saw
wide there for Blake and for Juan Ghost on the exit there of turn 1.
But Josie was scratching about 2 seconds a lap. He was killing it now on the previous laps. He's got 12 minutes to go. I think Dylan's going to Versace's going to have his hands full very, very soon with Ghost breathing down him. But remember, we saw brilliant battles this year between Clinton Besaidenote and Dylan Versace. So Dylan is not a newbie that will easily let somebody pass. Let's put it like that. He gave us superb racing and amazing. Yeah,
that's another
driving.
guy we're missing here tonight. Clinton Besaidenote. I know that they had the original Polo Cup racing in East London this weekend, and I'm not too sure if he's still hooked up with that. But yeah, he's also just a phenomenal race driver and a sim driver. So, but yeah, him and Dylan Versace for 2 races gave us good action.
You see, now we talked about that. Josie was 1.9 seconds, and within 1 lap, he's already down to 1.1. So he's really fast. I don't know what he's got in this car. He's super fast.
I see Johan VDB is commenting there now. The Janetta needs very little tweaking, especially in the GT4 class.
Definitely, it's such a nice car to drive. It's one of those when I drove the Janetta in the sim, I actually went to Google it to see if it really exists in real life, and I found the car, and it was one of those cars with like tick one day in my garage, just to have it because it's such a nice bloody car.
Please first buy your Porsche so I can come and visit and do that, and then you can buy
again. Alright, now look at this battle on our hands. 0.6 seconds behind Ghost, and Dylan Versace is now battling hard on hard through the S's they go now. Dylan is making that car very wide as he's crossing, but he's running wide, and there goes Ghost. Ghost is now on the throttle, and he's actually just taken Dylan Versace. That was such an easy move, and again, I think if Dylan didn't run that wide there, he would have made it so much more difficult for Ghost to pass.
Yeah, we've got just short of 11 minutes, Charles, and look at the slipstream here now from Dylan Versace. It's going to happen. He's going to have to break the line here and go on the inside.
Guys, if you have a look at it, look at the straight. You can actually see Adrian Nel in
Charles, sorry man, if you jump into the back there, I think Blake Kruger is now really hot in the heels of Dylan Hall.
He's taken Dylan Hall now. Dylan Hall is right in front of him, but Blake is still fighting at the back. And then,
yes,
like we said,
saying, yeah.
We've got 2 battles at the same time happening. We need like a split screen here.
Yeah, no, that would be awesome, eh? And what I was trying to say, Charles, we've got just over 10 minutes left now. There could be a possibility that Ghost will reel in at 5 seconds. Look at the time he's dropping now, currently on Nel. It was on 5 seconds already on 4.8. So it's possible that he could actually catch it. I mean, what is your take on that?
Yeah,
that'll be an amazing comeback. First of all,
he's definitely got it. I mean, let's not take it out from him. He's definitely got the ability,
the pace, yeah.
And when he overtook Dylan Versace, he was 5 seconds behind. He's sitting at 4.5. So he's catching him roughly at not even a second a lap. So Ghost will, I think, is going to be on Adrian. Just check this. We're in for a really great finish here, guys, tonight. This is going to be an interesting one. We're going to have the Ghost Nel fighting, and then I'm calling a Kriya, Dylan Hall and Versace battle. Dylan and Blake also in the last sectors.
Yeah, no, definitely. Look, if Dylan Hall and Blake start to battle with each other, that'll perhaps allow Dylan Versace now to pull a gap. But the pressure's on, and for the top 5, it's going to be an excellent finish, especially for first place. I'm looking at the time now, Charles.
3.9.
Gijs has just dropped another 500 out of Nel, so he is flying.
He's flying, but I don't know if Adrian Null actually knows that,
That this is happening.
He needs to keep an eye on the timings, because when he sees it again, he's going to start seeing Ruan Gous in his rearview mirror, and that's almost too late. You don't want to be in that position.
Yeah, we've got Johan commenting here again on our channel, saying that the Porsche is so pretty.
Oh.
So yeah, that Porsche is the custom skin that we made on that just suits the car so well.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite cars. I'm a bigger Porsche fan, and
did you see the Porsche I posted on our group today, Charles? I'm busy with the guys over, and I think it's American all over the show the guys who built these mods as well, they're called Gorilla mods, and you'll see in some of the cars, you'll see the stickers in the windows still, and they're busy with the GT2 RS Club Sport, and I'm not sure if you saw the photos of that, and that just looks amazing.
Yeah, no, these guys really do great mods. I mean, it's such a nice car to drive, and again, if it's not for sponsors, if it's not for designers, if it's not for track mods, it goes further than just driving. If it's not for the guys behind
the game,
the guys behind the scenes that makes things happen, there is no racing. There is no online racing.
Charles, sorry, there's another 500 out of Nel. We're down now on just on 3 seconds.
Yeah, no.
Oh wow, why has it gone to what happened to? Why is the time breaking up like that, Charles? Do you see that?
Oh, there we go. Spike. I saw that. Oh, Josie had a crash. Adrian Null had a crash actually now. I think he had yes, definitely. Adrian Null had a lag spike. 500, and he's coming down to 505 ping now. So, I think he had a huge lag spike, and that's where the crash came with Gous. But now he's back in front at 3.7 seconds. He's still sitting at 500 ping spike now. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be quite an interesting one, because I'm hoping that ping will drop before Gous catches up to him, because that'll just cause chaos. So, if Adrian now can put his ears down and foot flat and go, but you've got 6.5 minutes left now to put your car on the W there.
But another 0.4 out of the time from Gous onto Nel. So, yeah. And then we've got another 3 seconds to Dylan Versace, 3 seconds to Blake Creer, and he has a
Blake, yeah, look at that. When did Blake pass Dylan Hall? But there we go.
Now. It just literally happened now. Dylan running wide there again, but he's trying the outside line, but that's only a Ginetta that can do that. Only a Ginetta.
That's it, he's trying for the cutback there, but we know the Porsche got legs here.
Let's look
and
at
look at that, the
Ginetta,
the slipstream is working awesomely.
and
now look at this now.
On the outside, here we go, Dylan. Yo, what a wide line, and he's keeping that. He doesn't even really lose a lot. I mean, but that was such a wide line.
But look how he catches. I mean, look how that Ginetta just catches any car into the corners. Watch it now. I think by the first corner we're going to have a close battle. Let's have a look here now.
Now there they go through the corners.
Bit of a gap.
Have a look. Slight gap, not much. Almost a second or half a second there, and then. Stefan's unfortunately disconnected, so I think he was just battling with that car tonight as well. But nonetheless, really nice to have you here. But now look at Dylan Hall. He's trying to make a look at that. He's looking at the inside. Blake setting fastest sector so far in the first as he's going through, and he needs to get away. That was
on the previous lap, Charles. I think that was on the previous one. He needs to get away
from Dylan now.
But I saw the Ginetta is very fast, like we saw with Gous. The second half of the track, the Ginettas are quick. I see that Stefan said it did not finish.
Yeah, I just said he just disconnected. But talking about Gous, 2.5 seconds behind Adrian Null now.
With four just under 5 minutes to go.
It's going to be an interesting one. Adrian needs to pick up the pace, definitely. I mean, Adrian Null,
his ping has come down a lot too, so it will be safe to pass now.
And also, Adrian Null just set his fastest lap for this race, so he's definitely not chilling, if I can put it like that. But Gous is still a second faster than Adrian's now fastest lap, and that was on the previous race. So these guys are flying.
Obviously the car is losing a lot of fuel now, so it's becoming much lighter. So they should be running on fumes at the end of the race. So I think that's going to count in the favor of Ginetta as well, especially with the cornering. Yeah,
definitely. That McLaren is fast, but it is heavy.
Mr. Hall needs to close this gap up now onto Blake Kruger. He's got 4 minutes to do this. We've got Johan shouting here, come on, D, you can do it. I can't really say what he exactly posted there, but yes. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, ek is lekker. You gotta be able to support your team and support your guys, and I mean that it's a community at the end of the day, making each other laugh and fun.
You know, yeah, it's fun to sit back and watch the live stream. Oh,
Okay,
Blake getting it very sideways there.
Oh, that was a big accident. Blakey just lost it there.
Yeah,
big
Blake got
crash
it
with Dylan
sideways.
Hall. I mean, that's a big crash with the environment from Blake. I mean, I just got red environment crash errors here.
Charles, have you noticed with the Janettas, for some reason, if they get damaged in the front, they change colors. I mean, we see the same colors on Ghoust's car, black, red, and blue. And now that Dylan need
oh yeah, true.
Blake, they've changed colors. But yeah, you see that.
Now let's look at Ghousty quickly. He's right on the back of Adrian. This is going to be in the next lap. He's going to really be on top of Adrian. Adrian needs to start driving. And I think Adrian's game plan was actually to get off the blocks, build up that lead, which he's done successfully. But he didn't expect Ghost to be this fast and nice. And I must say, neither did I.
Yeah, no, look, Charles, it would be so cuck if, you know, you're leading the whole race and the next moment you got this damn Janetta behind you.
But Adrian is good in that. They like it. These guys like it.
They like the battle. Yeah, look, Adrian is well-known sim racer and he's got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Look at this now. What happened there now? See, Dylan Hall's behind Blake again.
Yeah, they did change exactly on the previous 2 corners. They happened. I look at the live timings.
I'm sure Johan VDV is now screaming there in his room.
Yeah, we've got 2 battles here. Which one we go to? We got it for the lead, Ghost versus Null, and we've got.
Here we go.
Yeah, let's just
under
stick it out
half a second now on.
And we've got Dylan Hall onto Blake Kruger, so we've got 2 here in the front. I mean, I think.
Oh, that's it. Dylan Hall trying to make the line stick there, and he's
then
got
we've
the
got
outside
Ghosty
line.
now. Look at them. Oh, they're going through Adrian now on the right side, and he's going to lose his
push.
car. Adrian's going to lose this. There we go. A little bit wide now. Oh, there's going to be a battle brewing now. We said it was going to be in for a finish. 1.5 minutes to go. Guys, this is going to be an interesting one. Dylan Hall, unfortunately, just slight touch there at the back. It's all over. Dylan is now 2 seconds behind Blake Kruger. He's actually just lost it there on that last corner. But this is the finish I think we were hoping for. And if I have to vote for this now, driver of the day, I will definitely have to go with Ghost.
Yeah, no, definitely Ron Ghost, you know, to get bumped off in the beginning and make your way back to the field. You know, there wasn't always great passes, but I mean, it still takes a lot of talent to work through top drivers like he has to get to an even better driver like Adrian Nell in the front.
And clean passes. That was a nice thing.
Yeah, so we've got poor Dylan Versace and GT4 driver. He's just having a lekker Sunday cruise there in 3rd spot. I mean, Blake is 8.5 seconds behind him, so
but
he can comfortably put his car on the podium.
It will be good for Dylan there in the points because Dylan needs that to actually overtake Blake in the championship standings.
Yeah, no, Dylan needs to buy me lunch, so he needs to get some of the winnings.
All right, guys, 40 seconds to go. Here we go. 0.2 seconds behind. Josie onto Adrian Nell. Namibia versus Eastern Cape, if I'm not mistaken here. And this is going to be the battle now. Adrian needs to... Adrian knows his car of his is not that fast over the last sector. And they are in this actual, or coming out of the 3rd sector now. This is where Ghost needs to make his move if he wants to make a move. And the 1st sector...
Watch Adrian make that McLaren very wide now.
Very wide, but Adrian will run away in the next 1st sector. But Ghost has to take this because there will only be 1 lap as they cross the finish line now in 3 seconds time.
Yeah,
so
Ghost is only chances in the 2nd sector.
I thought Ghost is going to actually pull that move onto Adrian there, but Adrian making this car so wide, and I think Adrian doesn't know what's going on in front of him. He's only looking in his rearview mirror. But look at that, bumper to bumper action, no contact and no touching. And there we go.
Yes, he made it stick. Come on, Ghost has done it. He's taken the lead back. What a finish!
What a brilliant one for these 2 guys. But
sure, that was the final lap.
That's it. So he didn't even give us a lap plus 1, but what a race,
took that
guys.
One. Yeah.
I can give you the final times. The final times was less than 10 of the seconds between these 2 guys out of the or finish lines. That was crazy.
Yeah, so we have Adrian Nell taking the W, 2nd place Ron Ghost, 3rd Dylan Versace and GT4 Security Solutions driver, Blake Kruger for Team Sukamisa. Dylan Hall from the Sarko family, I'm sure his guys will be happy. Unfortunately, couldn't stick it there on the 4th place. Rob van der Heever in 6th for Tau Energy, and then Charles, then we had Stefan Klute from Team SSRL, and then obviously yourself in the paddock there. So Charles, I think let me grab Adrian Nell in here quickly while he's going around the track.
And then we're just looking at Rob finishing his lap, bringing up the back here, and like I said, brilliant for Rob to actually finish from Tau Energy Drink. But talking about Tau Energy Drink, Adrian Nell.
Love it.
Well done, Boykie. How was that?
Yes, I had to push my bloody ass off to get that Janetta behind me. It was catching me by a rate of knots.
Yeah, so I mean, amazing drive from Ron Ghost to catch up to you like that. But I mean, we were like on our edge here. I mean, yes, if he was another lap, I think you would have been in trouble there, Adrian.
Definitely, I would have been, because through the 4 sections I can keep it, but the Janettas through the longer sweeping turns, it just catches up like half a second, almost, or like two tenths corner. So
yeah, we were watching the live timings. It was between 2/10 or 3/10 corner. You're right, Charles.
Yeah.
But well done, Boykie. Your first win for the season. It might come at the end of the season, but still, a W is a W. So congrats on that. And I'm sure you probably wet with the sweat from the stress there from that Janetta.
I was keeping the gap through the whole race. I was pushing quite hard, trying to get close to the quali times, because I knew Jose would come back throughout the race, because I knew he had the pace. I mean, he was almost a second faster just in quali, so...
Yeah. Well done, Adrian. We've got one more left. You need to do some setup there on that car to keep those Janettas behind you. But well done, big ups, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yes.
Goed gaan, Adrian.
Thanks.
Alright, yeah, there we had it. Adrian said himself he had quite a drive tonight. He had to battle to keep Jose and the guys behind him, and yeah, it's not so fun. But here we go, Mr. Dylan Hall with us as well tonight.
Mr. Sarko.
Hello.
Yeah, we used to saying Mr. Flat Out.
Yeah. I don't know where he is.
How's it, Dylan?
Yeah. Very good, thank you.
How was that, buddy? I see you and Blake had some awesome battles, a little argy-bargy here and there. You guys kept us very entertained, and you had some lekker Sarko support on the chat.
Myself and Blakey, we had a little bit of an understanding. I gave him a little nudge going down into the boot.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's all part of the racing. It's not that it was done intentionally. He did lose it going into the last corner, and I T-boned him, but proper. And yeah, since then I had a bit of front damage, and I was just getting a bit of understeer. I'm not too sure where Mr. Flatout is, but yeah, it's nice to be racing again. I missed last week, and I literally jumped on about 35 minutes before we started, and got a few laps in. So yeah,
well done. The times are very close, but yeah, very well done for that for the racing for tonight. We'll check you next week on the final, and hopefully Mr. Flatout, your teammate, can join you for that one.
Yeah, 100%. Looking forward to it. Thank you very much, guys.
Lekker workie, cheers.
Alright,
Shaw, I just want to grab one more person in here, Mr. Dylan Versaghi from Ngeti. Just to hear, I mean, I think he's ecstatic for that podium finish.
Definitely.
Mr. Versaghi.
Yes, guys.
How's it, bud?
No complaints.
Lekker, third place there. Well done.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I've bloody fought with that car the whole, I think from 10 minutes left, I fought with that thing. Tires were going. I just couldn't keep up with Jose and Adrian.
Yeah, look, we know that the McLaren's powerful from the start, and then obviously Janetta sticks like snot in a wolkomber.
Yeah, you can say that again. Yeah, just some bad luck there with Jose. I don't know how it looked on your side on the stream or something, but yeah, it seems like there was a lag spike or something there between me and him. And I don't know if I punted him or he went into me, or I have no idea what happened. But I sort of knew, it's fine, I'm going to keep my spot because Jose is damn fast. He'll catch me eventually.
Yeah, so on the stream it looked like you just tapped him on the bum. He was at the end, but as we know Juan Jose is very quick, and we knew that he's going to come back. And I mean, an awesome drive for him to come from last to second. I mean, if there was 1 or 2 laps left now, he would have beaten Adrian. So
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, big ups for your third place tonight. I know it's good points for you, and it puts you closer to in the podium finishes for the league. And yeah, I'm sure Ngeti Tech Security must be ecstatic to have one of their drivers on podium.
Yeah, definitely. He's been WhatsApping me the whole race, sending me pictures and videos of my performance where I am, and he just when the race finished, he just sent me a big Easter with the muscle emoji saying well done.
Yeah,
so he's quite happy with it.
No, it's good to have like support like that. I mean, Dylan Hall had some lekker Sarko support guys on there as well. But yeah, big ups to you, Dylan, and see you next week for the finals.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for everything, guys. What a wonderful stream you guys are producing. Well done. Keep it up.
Shop, good to you, man. Thanks, man.
Okay, cheers.
Well, there we go, Mr. Randall.
Yeah, that's it. That's another night from us here at SSRL. What a lucky time to have everybody on tonight. Guys, thank you. I really, really, really got to say thanks to everybody on time. All the drivers. You know, it's such a lucky league. And yeah, we're back next week, same place, same time. Circuit de America's special race is going to be an interesting one. And yeah, it should be a nice finish ender, or not a finish ender, season ender.
Yeah, that sounds a bit better. But yeah, definitely gonna be a bit of upsets there, especially when it comes to pitting. I know some of the guys sometimes can mess that up, but it's gonna take some practice, and it's not just gonna be an arrive and drive event. You're gonna have to put some time in. And we're gonna be doing the points now. We'll be sharing it to the guys, so. It's going to be a good one next week, and it was a good one again tonight. Even though the pack was small, it was very entertaining. We had some close battles, some upsets. But that's how racing is. Shoal rubbing is racing, and like Dylan said, as long as it's not intentionally done and out of hatred, it's all good.
Or Phil Collins have to come out.
You and Phil Collins.
All right, guys, we are out for tonight. This is from us, SSRL, myself and Jason. We'll catch you guys next week again. Stay safe, save good. God bless, and see you guys soon. Cheers, and bye-bye.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Cheers, Shoal. Cheers.
Full speed, we ain't taking no pit stop. When I'm in the place, gonna rave to the max. So the second that I leave, I ain't stopping at the gift shop. Turn up, lift up. Full speed, we ain't taking no pit stop. When I'm in the place, gonna rave to the max. So the second that I leave, I ain't stopping at the gift shop. Bass in the beat got me going insane. Man, I got the party going off the chain. It's been a long week, so I ain't gonna sleep. Put my hands in the air, I'm letting go of the pain. On the grind, man, I've never been a watcher. Too sick, but I don't wanna doctor. Track got me spinning out like a helicopter. 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 Turn up, lift up, full speed, we ain't taking no pit stop. When I'm in the place, gonna rave to the max. So the second that I leave, I ain't stopping at the gift shop. Turn up, lift up, full speed, we ain't taking no pit stop. When I'm in the place, gonna rave to the max. So the second that I leave, I ain't stopping at the gift shop. Turn up, lift up, full speed, we ain't taking no pit stop. When I'm in the place, gonna rave to the max. So the second that I leave, I ain't stopping at the gift shop. Turn up, lift up, full speed, we ain't taking no pit stop. When I'm in the place, gonna rave to the max. So the second that I leave, I ain't stopping at the gift shop. Got me going insane, going off the chain. It's been a long week, so I ain't gonna sleep. Put my hands in the air, I'm letting go of the pain. On the grind, man, I've never been a watcher. Too sick, but I don't wanna doctor. Track got me spinning out like a helicopter. Track got me spinning out like a helicopter.